Hello everybody, I wanted to share this video with you. This happened last night in East Chicago, Indiana, and this was on Chuck Bronson posted this particular video last night of this incident, and you're going to see bad behavior, and you're going to see police retaliate, and you're going to see what happens in a police state where the cops do unlawful things. We have constitutional rights, and they have rules that they're supposed to go by, which are a cop cannot trespass you. They need a complainant to trespass you. Someone has to say, we don't want you there. Now, can a cop solicit a trespass? A lot of people say that that's illegal, but it's not. Actually, in certain cases, it's what's expected. So, if, let's say, I was on Farmer John's back 40 that he couldn't see from his house, and I was out there with my four-wheel drive cutting up big ruts and causing damage to his land, as well as maybe doing things that may injure myself or other things that say this cop, just any old cop, knew Farmer John probably wouldn't want going on his land. So the cop could, at that point, and should, go to Farmer John and say, Spike is out there doing all kinds of crazy stuff on your back 40. Does she have permission to do that stuff? And if Farmer John says no, would you please trespass them from my land? I don't want her there. That's perfectly acceptable. Now, that is the spirit of the law. So what ends up happening a lot of times is, because someone is filming the cops, holding them accountable, someone is using their free speech to redress the government in protest, and the cops are the government, they will go to a owner and ask them to trespass because they want the person trespassed. Didn't even enter the owner's mind to trespass until they said something, because they want to support the police. They think the police are doing good, and they're not trespassing this person because they're doing anything wrong. They're trespassing the person because the cop doesn't want them there, which is not what the trespass laws were meant for. It's not the spirit of the law. So that's an abuse of power. So that's what people mean when they say, and they get upset by saying that the piggies just solicited a trespass. So let's get into this video a little bit more.
Private property. Let me see if there's a no trespassing sign.
I'll tell you. You get up the property.
And if I don't, what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to arrest me for trespassing?
Who's the complainant?
Good fucking luck with that, buddy. You're on private property and you're trespassing. That's what I thought.
They're going to trespass you from where you work? That's funny.
Yeah.
There's no signs here at all.
The business owner is not here to trespass us. Plate number 18250, East Chicago Police Department. So what authority do you have, buddy, with no name?
Guys, this is what happens when we call for police searches.
Hey, pig with no name. Pig with no name. Pig with no name. Fuck the police.
What's up, everybody?
Fuck the police.
Okay, at this point, the the cop watcher is harassing the police, we could say. But had the police not, I need to charge my battery soon, huh? But had the police not overstepped their authority in the first place, because what happened was one of these people pulled the cop over because he had a headlight that was out, and things have escalated from there. So had the cops not did their overreach, this guy would not have been talking to them. And at this point, he is redressing his government. He is using everything that is free speech. That is protected speech. That is the one speech that is protected in America. Free speech doesn't mean I can go around spouting my opinion, calling people names, blah, blah, blah. But it does mean we can redress our government and not suffer retaliation from that. Let's watch a little more.
Fuck the police! 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 Fuck the police!
You can see right here the cop on the left there is becoming agitated. You can see it in his body language. A lot of cops are finding that their authority is being challenged. People don't respect them anymore. And instead of addressing the reasons why their authority is being challenged and they're losing respect, they counter with violence, demanding respect, forcing people to comply. And it just, all that does is create more pushback. Excuse me. So, and some people will say they don't blame the cop for reacting the way they do because of the way this person is talking to them, but this person gets paid a lot of money to do their job. They should take it sometimes. And the cop next to them, and we're all human for sure. It's silly to think that someone's not gonna succumb to badgering and lose their temper sometimes. But the cop next to him should be one of those. How many cops are there? At least 3, right? One of those should have enough sense to say, "Oh, don't let that get to you, brother. No big deal, right? That guy's doing everything that was within his rights. Just ignore him." How hard is that? And another thing, people will say, "Oh, this person is baiting the cop. He gets what he asked for." But cops do sting operations all the time. They put like a bait car out, hoping that people will try to steal it, and they say if they're perfectly justified to do this because the person is breaking the law. They set up entrapment stings with weed, prostitution, on and on and on. Drugs, all types of drugs. So they do the same thing, saying if that person wouldn't break the law, they would have nothing to worry about. They wouldn't have got arrested. So it's not their fault when these sting operations net people. And in the same, so reversing that, if the cop does not get baited, if someone is actually baiting them, and he doesn't break the law, you see where I'm getting at? It's turnabout is fair play, but they scream foul big time when it happens to them. So let's watch a little more.
Fuck the police!
Hey, sir.
What are you gonna do? Arrest me for disorderly?
Who's the complainant?
Oh, who's the complainant? You? You're a bitch! Who's the complainant? You're gonna solicit a complaint? Oh, you gonna do that? Go ahead. Solicit a complaint. You come touch me and I'll break your face, okay? Because that's an unlawful touch. Say it again.
Okay, now a lot of people are going to say that was a threat. And it's looking like that a judge is going to decide whether that was a threat or not. But while it is tap dancing very close to a threat, it is not. He said, if you touch me, because it would be an unlawful touch, I would break your face. So, like I said, it is very close. And I kind of feel like that cop there that is taking a step towards this guy was just waiting for any reason to bring violence on that man because he didn't like the way he was being talked to. He let his feelings dictate what happened versus enforcing the law. So let's watch a little more.
I said, if you touch me unlawfully, for what?
Turn around, sir. Turn around. Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Stop resisting.
I'm not
Stop
resisting.
resisting. Stop resisting.
I'm not.
Stop resisting.
What am I in the
Stop
rush for?
resisting.
Stop resisting as they violently grab him and surround him, gang up on him. What do you think would happen if the cop would have said, I'm going to place you under arrest, put your hands behind your back? He didn't even try that, did he? Most people, if you slam them to the ground, will react in this manner. The police know that. They are in fact trained to know that this is an escalation tactic, and yet they still, from the top down, condone this type of behavior. This is the kind of thing that is getting people out in the streets, that is earning the hate that the cops are doing, that we're tired of.
My leg.
What am I in the rush for?
Yo! Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your mind?
How could you not look at that? The cop punched him in the face. He's grabbing his knee, or he's taking his knee and smashing his head into the ground. They have their weight on top of this guy. He can't breathe. He is being pushed into fight or flight mode. The guy on the ground. His biological responses are to try to get away or fight back. How can you hold this person accountable when he is being treated in such a manner? And he was not guilty of anything other than running his mouth. He was not a threat to these cops. They knew that as well. So let's watch a little more.
Help! Help!
Lana!
I'm bleeding!
Give me your nose.
I'm bleeding!
Give me your nose.
I'm bleeding!
Stop
I'm
resisting.
bleeding!
You understand that I have... Oh my, you guys are fucked. I have 50...
Well, that's pretty much it. I'll post a link of the video in the description below. As I said, it was on Chuck Bronson's channel. This video, I'm sure there's others out there. Josh Abrams was there. So there's more different angles to check this out at if you want. And I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts and opinions. Do you think that this guy deserved to be treated this way? And why? Are the cops justified to treat people like that under any circumstance? Or did this guy push them to extreme circumstances? Is it his fault that this happened to him? Or do you think this guy was doing everything within his rights and the police should have not reacted this way? Or do you think maybe both was wrong? And if so, who was more in the wrong? The person standing there running his mouth, or the person or the cops who assaulted him? Should the police be punished? Should the guy be punished? If the guy should be punished, what should he be punished for? So that's would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of this. And with that, I am out. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And everyone, hope you have a nice Sunday. Lots of love. Bye.